boOmstik has entered the draft. We are starting to look at what is the playoff match aside the finals and grand finals that I'm most excited for. It's two people I know very, very well. It is the lobby DM team game main host boOmstik going against our Gleipcourt 2K2 Elo shiXo. So one of the strongest German players to ever touch the game would be an exaggeration. But shiXo is quite good at RM and also quite decent at DM. While boOmstik is full-time deathmatch player. I mean, he's working, but in AoE2 he's only playing DM. And we might see a lot of aggression by boOm, and let's see if shiXo can hold that. See how many military buildings shiXo will make. Will it be enough to hold boOm's aggression or not? boOm goes for the very aggressive sunburn pick on the maps already. shiXo is boring and goes for runestones. Shop makes. Welcome. Their elo is depends on what elo you ask for. They are fighting to be in the top 16 in Deathmatch. And boOmstik doesn't have an RM elo. And shiXo is 2K2. You literally checked and it's indistinguishable. I mean, it's not what it says on the YouTube video though. But maybe they used some tracks for more games. 2K3? shiXo, get out of here, you're drafting! Ah, I'm not showing the map draft. Oh, fucking hell. Not did that. Didn't have to do that. No. Nah, stream mode. At least it's not the grand final stream, right? My OBS is not cooperating. There you go. You could have told me that I wasn't showing the draft. boOmstik goes for Akare and Sunburn. Yeah, that's probably the most aggressive maps in the pool. I think that makes a lot of sense. And shiXo goes Runestones and Hyper Random. And Hyper Random can be long, but boOmstik kind of likes Hyper Random. Became a fan of it after the Fast Chaos. And Aftermath to start out with, that should be a pretty comfortable map for shiXo. And yeah, it's SimCity 4. Well, you're kind of on the right tracks and you said it, so I guess you get the points. Even though I spilled the beans. What did I write wrong? Is it really the minuscule J? No. What? I wrote the exact name I'm reading there. I don't want to miss the safe draft. Okay, I can copy this. The fuck? Is it the other order? I literally copied the name. Why does it work now? Anyways, save draft. Hi, Lucky Comes. Yeah, but did I even type the small DJ? Also doesn't make any sense that it J's more. Yeah, Maxi, you wish you could, right? Only I can. Georgians, Bohemians, and Persians banned by boOmstik, so he's banning good defensive and good siege civilization. Also banning elephants. shiXo bans Sicilians first against boOmstik. Somebody did its research. Sicilian and Mongol ban. What? The traditional favorite boOmstik civs? I didn't tell him about that. But somehow shiXo is banning exactly the civs that used to be the boom plays these civs. And these 3 civs only kind of thing. Also Japanese admin banned, so the admins also hate boOmstik. The random bans also hated boOmstik. I'm missing your set prediction, Ducky. No, I didn't say one yet because I was busy trying to give Subs on his points. boOmstik random bans Portuguese. Get something. A lot gone here as well. No Huns, no Saracens, no Slavs, no Bengalis. Quite strong admin bans. Also no Magyars, no Georgians. And I think when it comes to lower tier picks, boOmstik should have a lot more knowledge about DM. So I think that's good for boOmstik. Also no strong civilizations for shiXo. He has Romans, I guess, which is his favorite civ available. Backy back. How's it going? Big queue of the maps, Hyper Random, Runestone, Sunburn, Accurate, and Aftermath. Later, let me focus a bit now, Subson. Berbers and Celts. Ah, that threw me so off with the soundtrack. I hate it when, like, technical things are not working. Okay, we picking first? Wait a second, what's going on here? Why are we first picking Spanish? There is no shoals, maybe hyper random. And Koreans. I'm gonna take the music off for now, and then later I put the substance. Koreans make sense, right? Very strong on Accurate. Malians, there's no immersion. Kyle's Gujaras very early. I mean, I guess there's nothing really strong there, right? I talked about kind of everything being banned. Bulgarians is there. I think that should be picked up here. Stuff like Burmese, Byzantines, but that's already really bad civs here. Turks are there, but maybe not for these maps. And they are playing Deathmatch. That's what the logo says, right? Tarnished Death Match League. Could be Deathmatch. People love Spanish on hyper. Yeah, but they rarely get like the gens they want with them, right? Even though Spanish are like okay on every map, so I get it. But I would have picked Berbers and Celts over Spanish and over Koreans here, honestly. I like boOmstik's first picks a lot better. Gujaras might be a bit early. Bulgarians, and he picks away Romans. shiXo is fuming. He can't play his Romans. shiXo might be already broken by the Roman pick by boOmstik here. Malians and Franks for shiXo. Did I actually post in TDM? I think I forgot to post in TDM, right? I posted everywhere else. One time when I forget it, nobody tells me, right? But I have to tell everybody else. I don't know, I'm so chaotic today. I guess I didn't nap and worked long today, but usually it doesn't make a difference. Khmer Burmese, alright, getting some nice elephants there. For shiXo, which is good against Gujaras, but the other civs that boOmstik has, well, Berbers, and if he snipes Celts, then maybe against Gujaras and Berbers elephants can be good. Khitans are getting picked! Let's go! He didn't know whether he'd say this an arm draft from shiXo. There's really no good options, and he didn't pick Hindustanis yet, so I have to disagree. Otherwise, we would see Hindustanis and Italians probably in an arm draft. 2 snipes? No, there's only 1 snipe per player. Koreans over Celts is kind of crazy, but we haven't seen Celts much probably in the matches because they were always banned, so maybe shiXo forgot how strong they are? I don't know, we played them in CMOD a lot, so he shouldn't have forgotten. Turks as a final pick is kind of wild after Kitans, but I think it was the same. No, it wasn't the same. Yeah, it was right after each other, okay. Wasn't to snipe Spanish? Yeah, but I mean, Berbers and Celts are also dangerous, no? Burgundians! shiXo likes Burgundians. He played them quite well in CMOD when we ran out of civilizations, so I get it, he's picking them at the end. Franks is a bit early, maybe. I mean, but it's especially the first 2 picks. Let's see what shiXo snipes here. Franks over Romans and Bulgarians, yeah. That's a gaff. I mean, Franks are not too bad against Romans, though. Or against Bulgarians. It's honestly 2 civilizations that Romans are good against. Celts and Koreans get sniped, so Berbers and Spanish make it through the draft. Let's open. What's up, Unredeemed? Oh, not City Skylines. He always wants to show me with these that they sound similar. Oh, that's a very different first track. It doesn't sound similar at all. Alright, we're starting on Aftermath, so I'm always looking for Siege Civs, and then I'm looking at shiXo's draft, and no Siege Civ to be found. I told shiXo before the match to pick SO Civs, and he has 0. I mean, that's partially due to the bans, but he banned 3 himself. boOmstik banned 2, or like kinda 2. Bohemians would be good for shiXo too. And the admin bans banned a lot. And then boOmstik picked Bulgarians. Boom also only Bulgarians? Yeah, but Romans have at least good siege. Malians have SO, never mind. I mean, no siege engineers SO, but technically it's an SO Civ. So maybe he tried a bit there, but they're mainly just banned. Aztecs, he could have picked Aztecs, no? Aztecs were open. Honestly, shiXo, I would have expected an Aztecs pick almost, right? But this is a really important match. I think this is really important for both, actually. Like, not everybody takes the playoffs as... Getting a bit loud. Not everybody takes the playoffs as serious as these two. I'm gonna actually move this to here. But I think for these two, the playoffs is super important. Like, boOmstik really wants to stay in Div 2 and top 16. And shiXo, quite intent to making it up there, making it through the ranks onto the top of DM. So, 2 should be very competitive for actually, like, advancing in leagues here. Well, also good siege of Romans, good siege. True. And Khmer on this map can be quite good. So, Khmer against Romans should be fine. Battle of the Scorps? I kind of want to see that. I think I'm actually going to predict that as game 1. Because Bulgarians are accurate. I think we might see Khmer versus Romans here. Game 1 on Aftermath. Let's go Battle of the Scorps. Oh, it's even on the front page of Spec Dashboard? Oh, cause shiXo. Do I show up here actually? Oh yeah, I do. Nice. You can't see it, but... They're in the lobby. Well, what are your guesses, guys? People aren't brave enough to go full Khmer Scorp and they have elephants instead. I mean, Can you get full Scorp? You need help Scorp, right? You can flank with the elephants though. You don't need to send him into the main fight if it's a Scorp fight. Scorps aren't that great at defending raids. So how much better are Roman Scorps? Are Roman Scorps better than Khmer? I would favor Scorpy Scorp. I would favor the extra projectile, I think. No? What do Romans get? What is it exactly? Less minimum range? I think they get something else, right? And they're cheaper. And they attack 33% faster. Okay, what's better? 33% faster attack or the extra projectile from the Khmer? Depends how you favor the cheaper. Yeah, but I want to know what's stronger. The cheaper is big for Romans because then that kind of allows them to add their unique unit as well, which is very costly and very strong. And we are on our way into game number 1. So if you want to get the predictions going, I was right about shiXo, I was right about the Romans, I was right about boOmstik, but it is the Malians for shiXo, and that's a decent one, I think. Both sides can win here. I mean, the Siege Runners help against the Scorps, Camels help against Centurions. But the opening is a bit odd, because you don't want to make your own champions, because they're worse than the Romans. Turfox says 3-2 boom before the draft. Oh yeah, it still did do a set prediction. I think it's gonna be 3-1 boom. I think boom style should be really good against shiXo. But shiXo is good to take one game by dragging it late. More DM, Maldar, indeed. And we've got the boom versus shiXo. Very, very exciting playoff here. Probably the playoff I'm looking forward to the most, besides the top division stuff. And we're looking at the battle for Div 2. You can also bet now thanks to the mods. Probably lucky, but could be two books. And I will change boom to red because I love the red. Welcome to the Division 2 playoff in Tarnished Death Match Season 6. Who will be a top 16 DMer next season? Will it be shiXo advancing from Division 3? Or will boOmstik be able to keep his place as a round of 16 DMer, basically? And one idea into Legionaries here for boOmstik, who has snagged shiXo's favorite civilization away from him. boOmstik playing the Romans. shiXo even dresses up on his stream in a Roman outfit, but didn't get his favorite civilization. Does defend the Hussar though, while his own Light Cav is still active with the Malians. Obviously TGTC helping defend there. Lots of barracks into quick siege workshops for boom. And we have a very empty base for shiXo. Let's see if he makes enough production buildings. He will need a lot of them in order to defend the early aggression from boOmstik in this series. Kitans before Turks, where it was the same go, Balder. And there wasn't much strong remaining, so. 3 stables built, everything fine. 7 racks. Do we add more? We add 5, so we're not doing it to Fox, but it's still a small build order and the buildings are relatively far out. So shiXo not listening to me. Keep telling him he needs to add more buildings. Turfox just trying to count to 3. The Legionaries are screaming in. The Cavalier, I think, is the right opening if you want to defend the Legionaries. So I like them as an opening over the Legionaries, but I don't think I like 66 of them in queue. I think that is an overkill of the Cavaliers here, because you do want some resources for camels later to fight the Centurions. We're also going for Gebetto. That's an even better answer to the Roman infantry. Cavalier trying to rush forward. shiXo actually got 3 will kills. We have the time. Let's see how he got them. He actually opened. Oh, that was a camel to defend the scout. Yeah, I can see that. And I guess these two are racking up a lot of kills. They do have Farimba. How though? Oh no, it's actually that Cavalier gets a kill. And then boom isn't paying attention on his castle and loses one more there, and isn't paying attention again there and loses one more there. Alright. Good start for shiXo, 3 will picks. Romans do build a bit faster. They don't have treadmill crane, they just have their 5% bonus, which is obviously not as good as treadmill crane. Because treadmill crane gives you, what, 15, 20? Supposed to know that, 20%. Let's go for better with the range. Oh yeah, the range, of course. But we're finding millions here, and we have no champ skulls against the Scorps. Maybe the Pierce Armor could be useful, I don't know. But Siege, most importantly, and shiXo is not queuing any Siege, again! Also a big gap of his, there he goes. Finally, when I say it, he does it, so... Guess I need to tell him what to do more. Clearly backseating needed here. I hope he can't hear me though. boOmstik gets a workshop, and shiXo gets his early eco, but that's something boOmstik can punish. But maybe not with these units, right? Gebetto kind of defend everything right now. What do you like more here, Malians or Romans? Also, bet's about to close. As it is quite positionally the game so far. We're finishing our comps. Okay, Maida's still talking about Khmer. He is behind on the stream. He won't let us know what he likes more here. As the legionaries get flattened to some ground attacks by shiXo's onagers, and boom will have to retreat, and I think he needs his own onagers. I don't think infantry scorp works very well here. How ironic that shiXo might be his favorite civilization here. Jumping onto the Scorps with the Farimba Cav. Shouldn't retreat those should have kept hitting. But I think I like the Malian army more here. Made overmade Cavaliers maybe a bit, but with the siege archers does look good. He will need camels soon. No, don't switch to light Cav. There will be Centurions coming. Enough UU from boom. They are in production now. He's got 3 castles, 4th up here. Maybe a bit slow on the castles, but you don't want to make them so early, or the Malians can make camels. shiXo shows no intent of making camels. Has a lot of trebuchets, 12 traps, so Tour Fuchs training paying off, I guess. 3 siege workshops and 12 traps. Is this shiXo or is it Tour Fuchs? Scorps destroy the camel? Well, depends on positioning, right? SO kill the Scorps. boOmstik is playing for the workshops, has both workshops under control, is going for a side push here with Centurions, traps and Helvetiers. There is a castle there already for shiXo. shiXo takes out the front castle. It's still a close game, but I think I like shiXo's position. The problem is he's out of gold because he made 13 trebuchets, and that is typically a mistake that Lord Turfux is known for. And shiXo seems to be doing as well. There's the camels to fight the Centurions. The Scorpions are nowhere close by. Side push, kill the castle on the left side. As shiXo retreats his siege. Some really weird back play. No! Big jump onto the siege archers! Since when do Gebetto counter Centurions? Gebetto counter everything, man. And it's a question of numbers. We do have 30 of them still. And these traps are alone now, because boOmstik sent them in to snipe the SO, so Boom will lose this push here as well. Evidius wouldn't have done anything against them anyways. They're trying to raid, but TQTCs are coming in clutch for shiXo. boOmstik sending in a lot of units to die in the middle here as well, sending them under this double castle stack at the front of shiXo's base. shiXo kind of secures everything in a box with castles. Where are shiXo's trebuchets? They are pivoting to the right side to challenge this raid workshop as he sends Gebetto to the left once. So shiXo now looking for the extra resource trickle, which I don't think is that important at this stage of the game. Hello, Nick Sturz. As shiXo takes out Boom's castle on the right, and Boom takes out shiXo's castle in the middle. Now we're trading castles. I think the middle castles are more important. And now boOmstik has his perfect composition in place. He is on Centurion score. That's the strongest thing Romans can make. And shiXo has only 1 camel on the field and 6 onagers only, so yeah, I think I like it for boOmstik now. boOmstik has reached a point where the Roman army is strong. And the side attack maybe delayed the shiXo a little bit. shiXo has more farms than Boom, so I wouldn't say he's slow on food eco. Maybe for his own standards, it's already 16 minutes. And he's ran out of it while Boom still has it. Traps are fighting traps. Centurions are going in, there's no protection! 9 camels are coming, but 9 camels? Versus all these Centurions? Versus 14 Centurions? And boOmstik is going back so the Scorpions can kill the camels. No food for wilds? Oh yeah, 72 only. boOmstik is reaching the 100. It's also not over booming. But he still has food in the bank and boOmstik is pushing hard. This is looking tough for shiXo. And to the one civilization that he wanted probably to play himself, he will lose game 1 to the Romans as the Centurions surround all the siege on this hill. shiXo is dying on this hill if he wanted to or not. Well, the camels and Gebetto actually defend the trebuchets, but more Centurions come in. The whole siege ball of the Romans comes in. Rams are added in. Forward castle is in place for boOmstik. And it looked even for quite a while. shiXo had a good initial jump. But once boOmstik got the Roman death ball together, death was imminent for the German. And boOmstik is starting the series confidently with a mess of Scorpions. No Khmer Scorpions to go against it. The siege onagers have fallen, and so is shiXo's base. Exposed farms in the south also being raided at the same time. boOmstik is all over shiXo now. He has some AK on the left. That's also getting raided. Well, Castle will deal with that, but Castle is already being attacked by the trebuchets. NNC. Are you Russian now? GG. boOmstik takes game number 1. BBC maybe? Behind the castles or something. But May and BBC aren't that great, right? Romans get siege engineers, so it's still hard. Think you need it. Need to play like think Camel is O and like Micro better. Think he made too many Cavalier. Oh, it's still set to best of 7. It's a best of 5 in the divisional playoffs. shiXo had more kills actually. Romans were cheaper. Who got market actually? Let's see. Nobody at this point. At 6 minutes, boOmstik sold some wood and food. So actually boOmstik got market first and then shiXo sold a bit later. But that concludes game 1 and boOmstik takes the lead. He is the favorite, he's coming from the higher division. It is a relatively late Roman pick taking the win over an earlier Malian pick, so draft-wise also not the greatest news for the German. Let's see where we are going next. We are going to Hyper Random. They are in lobby. Maybe a lucky generation can bring shiXo back. Guess you play Spanish now, right? Or this might be Spanish with Berbers though. Think shiXo has to mix it up. Or he could run into the Berbers. Bulgarians are for Akere. Gujaras or Khitans are for Sunburn. And that means Runestone's hyper random. It might be Turks for boOm, but I think there's last pick, so... not sure he wants to play on Runestones. Maybe just Turks there. So I'm saying Berbers versus... Do you risk it and play Spanish? I think you switch it up to Khmer if you're expecting Berbers. So I'm saying Berbers Khmer. Now watch does shiXo not play the Khmer all set? Even though I think they're kind of a good asset in this draft here. Oh, admin chat. Okay, not too important. What do you guys think? You're on the spec delay, so let's find out what it is. And there's no 5-head plays. shiXo picks the obvious. boOmstik picks the obvious counter pick. If it's a full water map, Spanish are fine. Or if it's a land map, I like the Berbers a lot more. Yeah, I was just hoping shiXo was being smart. You should always guess the obvious things, though, right? Yeah, I mean, you doesn't need to be too good to come up with these two civs on hyper random, I think. You can go all in with Rams have Palace to surprise Spanish. To surprise as Spanish, you mean. The Berbers certainly cannot do that because they don't have the units. Welcome to Hyper Random. We have 4 lakes with wood lines in front of the lakes. Okay, so 4 lakes, but the lakes don't matter. Otherwise, we have some wood around the sides, so that's unlucky for Spanish. They would at least want the lakes accessible, I guess. But the lakes are also salt marsh water, so you can't really go Kanengay in there because land units can reach them. We do also start with a heavy Haiguang. Pretty standard kind of Chinese paladin unit or Chinese cavalier unit in order. So not the fanciest scout here. And yeah, it's Berbers with Spanish, so boOm forgot houses a bit. boOm housed at 10. Going for the early market with the house will. That was not the right will to use on the market. Relics on the lakes will be important once it's a wood game. I don't think anything will be important in a wood game with Berbers. Because if it's a wood game, boOm wins. With relics or without. Mew-card, we started with the Mew-card apparently too. Mew-card is scouting for boOm. No Mew-card rush for shiXo. Who is going help Paladin? I don't see the Rams. That Malda mentioned for the wrong Sith. Hello, Mojito Monday. Okay, we're trying to rush a bit. boOmstik lost 2 villagers actually, so shiXo has the better start with the rushing units. Now Malda corrects himself. Malda, are you on phone? You seem to be like a minute behind. What's up, Griffin? shiXo gets a 3rd will. Well, he might even find a 4th here. Nope. Fights the camels. Really nice hill in front of shiXo's base. Let's take a look at the map a bit. Very big gold towards between the players here. I guess this one is smaller actually only. So this will be a really important gold here in SmackDown in the middle. Yeah, these are a bit smaller. There's some 700s. The main golds have 700 as well. Guess this one should be the same, yeah. And these were dragged to the back. There's another small one. But the big gold pile is this one. We're fighting over this one, and shiXo has it secured with this really nice hill. Good for him to reach, good for him to castle a higher hill than this one. So that's a nice thing. He's not making any rams. He's going bombard cannons. Yeah, I think I would have liked the rams as well. Yeah, infantry and rams is kind of a good way to deal with Berbers. He does have the halberdiers though. Berbers can struggle with that early. Only 10 camel archers on the field, and shiXo's taking good engagement against the camels here. Onager firing into the fight. GP units for shiXo so far, and he's taking okay trades with it. Now can trap from the hill. Hi, Baxi. So traps working away on the castle for boOmstik here from the hill by shiXo. Nicely played. He has added for his standard many military. God, this displacement! What is it? Everything's all over the place. It isn't that many military buildings, so I'd still like to see more. It's full on help paladin, Kong, kind of the standard units. Both players are going bombard cannons. I like the Berber comp more. Berbers are trying to fight up the hill here though. That might be a bit too optimistic for boOmstik. Yeah, really? Why do you take that fight, right? I think you're just happy to do hill battle here. Now he's having a weird retreat there. Unit's not really fighting, but I'm not sure shiXo wants to fight there now. shiXo probably should retreat as well. Loses all his paladin numbers. And it's 77 army to 63. Initial fight was good for shiXo, but then he chased too long. And now boOmstik might have a chance to get on the hill. Both castles are under threat, but now boOmstik with repairing his castle does have an HP advantage over the Spanish castle. He's confidently going up the hill, even with the camel archers. shiXo's castle falls, and I said that's a nice hill for shiXo, but only if he can keep it. And it looks like he might not keep it. boOmstik quickly jumping onto the hill, doing exactly the aggressive play that I expected of him and that I thought might be really good against shiXo, whose build order is a bit messy, right? Buildings super far away, not enough buildings overall. And, well, it's only 7 into castles, so it wasn't even that heavy of a commitment by boOmstik here. Now there's more barracks, but initially there was a lot less, and boOmstik is getting a forward castle onto the hill that's overlooking shiXo's base. And I have to say, boOmstik is looking dominant today, especially looking dominant in this game. The rams might have been missing. Bombard cannons, you just have the worst ones, less range than the Berbers. Sure, they fire faster, but range is more important. And boOmstik has obviously camel archer, really strong composition, especially against the like cavalry focused civ like the Spanish, and the Kongs are fully countered too, right? shiXo 34 army, maybe he can try to amass some army at the back, but this is a deadly hill and boOmstik is on it. Lost all by just rushing downhill, yeah. The fight was good when it was here, I think. You can take a look at the fight after the game again, because that was what decided this game. Likely decided this game, I should say. shiXo still in it. Does have a bit of a help mass again. Just don't see how you ever push back this hill. Boom's playstyle, punishing shiXo slow start. Yeah, that's exactly what I would have expected when these two meet. shiXo's kind of hitting the cap of his abilities against the very aggressive DMers. Until he cleans up his start. And that's probably as far as like super strong armors can go until they invest into their starts. And shiXo has been a bit reluctant to properly train the start. And I think he's getting punished for it here. He has another RB. It's like 0 map position, but I like that he, like, it's a good trait to have to like not trickle in the units, but let the structures fall and remass your army. That's what you should do. Sometimes you can make it work and come back, but not against such a strong army as boOmstik has here. And boOmstik is also nicely using the hill, right? Even with the extended hill here, he has his army on that, so shiXo can't really challenge it. He's trying to snipe the VC, he's trying to go in with the heaviest, he's going for a last hurrah. Does snipe a trap and the bombard cannons, probably all of the bombard cannons actually. You needed to go 200 army, 10 racks, 6 stables, 5 workshops. Maida, do you know what I told shiXo before the game? We played a warm-up match and I told him that he should make his build order 3 times bigger than he usually does. This was like maybe 1.2 times bigger than he usually does. If he did it 3 times bigger, he would have arrived at exactly where you told him to be. Well, but boOmstik, dominant, clean performance by him, nicely jumping onto the hill. Let's take a look at the fight again. That decided this game. So here he goes up the hill. There is helps in place. 31 helps. And 26 paladins. Okay. Initially there was a bad fight by shiXo. Already downhill. Kills the first castle. Then boOmstik takes this uphill fight. Where he's losing a lot in. It's not that bad as I thought, but it equalized the HP with Bervers having more, and then now shiXo goes down here and loses everything. To the Camel Archer fire, 2 more reinforcements streaming in, to just more production as well by boOmstik. Caspar helping with the Camel Archer production, and then shiXo's army has evaporated. Elido finally gets something by gambling on with rocks. 15 production ratings, yep. And shiXo kind of did it. How many did he do? Well, they were kind of weirdly, right? He was adding first only 4, then he was adding more in odd positions. So it's kind of 5 racks that are up right now, and then like 1 stable here. 1 stable there, idle villagers, workshops there. Just lay everything in the grid, man. I think that's a part of why, yeah, the stable's now not producing. The racks I have like only 3 queued. I think they will go idle probably when the fight happens. Yeah, and when the fight happens, half the racks are idle. That why these racks not properly being queued here is why that going down the hill was so detrimental. Because this fight is kind of still fine with the surround. boOmstik is moving weirdly, but then he's getting reinforcements during the fight. And shiXo's heavies are now coming out again, but there was a moment where he wasn't producing. And these details can be so brutal in DM. 2-0. Boom, looking good to stay in Div 2. He only needs to win one more game. boOmstik is good in playoffs. I think he's won every division playoff he's... Oh no, never mind. He lost against Favorite last season to go up to Division 1, but well, that was Favorite, right? And the Berbers in the battle of the first picks beat the Spanish, not the water gen that Spanish we're hoping for. So I always say, if someone gives you 640 to 1 odds on a 2-game bet on the underdog, that's pretty good odds, yeah. Yeah, Turfux has the same issue. Why is it so hard to place more buildings? I mean, it shouldn't be the hardest thing to do, no? Playoffs are a completely different game. Everything counts. We are going to Sunburn. Ooh, Lord. But the very start is good for shiXo. It doesn't have a Sif. What can shiXo play even? Burmese? I guess Burmese versus Gujaras. I have a feeling that boOmstik might try Kitans. He's trying crazy things on Sunburn. So I'm saying Burmese versus Kitans. I hope shiXo doesn't pick Franks thinking they have Treadmill Crane. Let's see. Maybe shiXo can Scout Micro? shiXo's good with Scout Micro, and Scout Micro is super important on this map, so I think there could be something that might... No, not this one. Scout Micro might help him here and maybe insta-kill boom before he can get something out. But I think I like Step Lancers more than Elephants. Let's see. It's Kitans by me, so it's right. Look at this caster. We still don't have those commands. Now the mods are here, but the whoever proposed it isn't there. I forgot who proposed it. Someone was proposing a called command, and the Otter is wrong about predictions command or something. Oh, it's Kitans Burmese. And let's see if the Step Lancers can rule, or maybe shiXo can do it with the Scout Micro. We're into game number 3, shiXo as the T Burmese. We're on Sunburn. Rush will be super important and super hard to defend. And boOmstik is playing with the Kitans, not a Sif that people think is good. He tried this before and died to Jurchens, but that was Jurchens. And let's see if he can make it work this time with the Kitans. I think against the help start, the Step Lancers should go way harder. And it's actually boOmstik who gets a veil kill with the Scout. Walls everything in at home. Bad start for shiXo. shiXo now has his Hussar on stand ground. Is delaying some building by the Kitans. The Kitans do have Treadmill Crane, I think. Do they? Man, I never see the Sif Blade. They do have Treadmill Crane, yeah. And the Step Lancers are forward. There's no Chicken Castle by shiXo. Oh no. Oh no. We might look at a quick set, guys. Well, have a deal. Kill the first Step Lancer. That one gets killed as well. Burmese Heaviers are quite strong with the extra attack. There's a big kill though. There might be the second one. There is a second one. So overall 3 now. There's the Chicken Castle. But that's a very late Chicken Castle. Went for 3 racks. First maybe watch the finals. But that was an entirely different matchup. And well, he gets to start. The castle now has the Heaviers around. I mean, once elephants come out, he would make them. Produce! Would become hard for the Kitans, I wanted to say, but the stables are just idled. shiXo! Produce your units! Helps are being made. More villages are going down. Stables are standing idly by. They even have an elephant looking out of them. Oh boy. Step Lancers all over the base. Step Lancers in the north, all the villages are garrisoned. shiXo has still not queued his stables. Is he queuing the castle? At least it's too late anyways. Man, if he just had like 10 elephants, you know? He would have had 10 elephants by now. 10 elephants can beat this pack. But we're losing this whole game without queuing a single unit. GG, good luck in League 2 again. I forgot my stable. I was thinking I have 5 Ferrex. 0% efficiency. And Keaton's get a win in TDM. That is something. Disaster indeed. Ah, man. You didn't make triple the production buildings, as I told you. In the first 2 games. I mean, here you didn't get to because you didn't queue your stables, but the chicken castle was a bit late. You should have not made the stables, I think, in the first place, but made the castle quicker, honestly. But if you make them, then at least use them, you know? But well, it's very stressful to play Sunbird, one can't forget that. But yeah, game 1-2 you need bigger build orders. And well played by Boom. boOmstik, great performance, and you will be in Division 2 again. Congrats. I am Boom OP. Indeed. Well, it's a playoff, so I'd be tempted to ask for an interview, but I'm not sure if this set really needs an interview. I think we're just gonna go to the free-for-alls, right? Congrats, Boom! And commiserations to shiXo. Good luck in Div 3 again. Against me, maybe. Titanic! Statistics don't matter that much here. This was about the Step Lancers rushing down the Herbidius without the elephant support. Castle goes up, but base falls regardless. boOmstik did great today, deserved in Division 2 again. boOmstik did also very good in Division 2. It was just a super hard Division 2, so yeah, I'm happy for him. I think he belongs there, kind of. Save my interview if I ever get to Div 1. Alright, will do. Might be another decade. We asked Frost if we will lose before TDM 20 and he said yes. So maybe that's when you dethrone him. But the Burmese lose to the Khitans, who do something very late for their win rate. I actually want to look at the Khitan win rate before this game. Liao Dao is such a cracked unit. Actually, like, I was so surprised. I played a team game yesterday, and like Rubenstock had Khitans, and he made Mars Liao Dao, and they were beating Monaspa. What the fuck? I had like 50 Monaspa against 50 Liao Daos, and I was so surprised when Monaspa lost. We still won the game. We were pushing on all 3 fronts, but I was very surprised that Monaspa lost to this Khitan unique unit that I've never really played against before. What? Their stats didn't look impressive. I looked at their stats. I don't know. They have some herding ability or something, right? But yeah, not very experienced with Khitans. What? Khitans actually? It's their first win. Oh yeah, yeah. They were played 3 times. They've lost every time. Now at least they will get to a 25% win rate thanks to boOmstik. The bleed is kind of broken? Yeah, apparently. Has to be, right? Noah's armor? Yeah, I mean, there has to be an explanation that my Monaspa lost. I did not believe in them, I have to say that. I was kind of defending the Shu unit at times. I really want to like Shu. I really want to make Shu work, but you just can't. Give Shu Trent McRae. Devs, please. It's one little change. All I want balance-wise is for Shu to have Trent McRae. That's all I asked for. Yu dies to SO cannot be good. Well, that is still a bad trade of that Yu. Like, I had SO. I won the middle against Rubenstock in that game. Georgian still beat Kitans, I would say, obviously. Monaspa is always still beating the Liao Daos. I just thought I could go only Monaspa, and that didn't work. True works, you just have to be low enough elo. Yeah, well, I'm going there, man. Way ahead of you. Alright, let's prepare everything for the Otter One if it throws. Thanks for the cast, always a treat. Well, it's a pretty short cast, but enjoy watching it back. I'm mainly talking about shiXo's small build orders, shiXo not producing, and how you're doing everything correctly. And how your style counters shiXo's. In that there's some level until where you can go as shiXo until you have to clean up your stats. And I think you're a good benchmark for that level. If an armor doesn't clean up their starts, that they will struggle with you. So shiXo needs to make love to the barbarian in order to have a chance against players like on your level, I think.